Hey, good morning. Behind me here is the VF700S. Welcome to Hack a Week. For the past several weeks I've been doing a makeover on the Sabre. The fuel tank went funky on me. It got all soft, not because of gasoline, but because I mixed it wrong, as it turned out. I mixed that epoxy by weight, not by volume. I did a little backwards research and realized that I made a mistake there. Lots of epoxies are mixed up by weight, but not that particular one. Resin research, you have to really pay attention to the mix it by volume thing. So over time, it softened up a little bit, and I had a few spots that were just getting too strange to deal with, and it was delaminating and just made the tank unsafe. So that tank is gone. Threw it out. It's no good. I know all that work went into it, but you know what? I brainstormed a bit, and what's on this tank, or what's on this bike right now, is a tank from a V65, a VF700S. Big tank. Had to do a little rework on it, and the seat is the original seat pan, but it's been reworked with some fiberglass, mixed properly, by the way, polyester resin this time because there's no gas around it. So I didn't document that as a video because I wanted to just get it done quick, and it really adds to the time when you document stuff with a video. But I do have some photos to show you. And we're on the way to Eurobike Raleigh right now. Got it loaded on the trailer, headed up there. So once we get there, I'll get a few more shots of the bike, and we'll take a look at some of the bikes up there. And then we'll talk a little bit more about this build, how it all came together, and show you some pictures. So anyway, time to hit the road.
So why the makeover, other than the fact that the fuel tank went crazy soft and was falling apart? Once I got the bike done with the Repsol colors, I mean, I really love those Repsol colors. I kind of realized that it would be more fitting for the bike to do it something more period correct. And 1985, Honda was racing with Rothmans as a sponsor, and it had the Rothmans livery, which was the red, white, blue with some gold accents. And the Interceptor, of course, 83 was blue and white, or you could get it in red and white. But those were the colors of the time, and the race bike of the time. I kind of wanted to do it that way. So once I made up my mind to do this redo, I decided on those as the colors. And the seat cowl, of course, had to look a little more 80s, so I squared it off. But pretty much started out looking for a tank, and did a little looking on eBay and found that the VF700S had a big old tank. And after doing lots of Google image searching, looking at the bottoms of those tanks, I kind of took a crapshoot and decided to buy one. It was a pretty rusty tank. I picked it up really cheap. I think I got it for 30 bucks shipped. And it was junk, but it was worth buying just to try fitting to the bike, and then figured out that I could indeed put that tank on the bike. And once I realized that, then I went shopping for a little better one and found one for less than 50, I think. Had a couple dents in it, but it was fairly rust free. Then I found a locking cap for it, got the right fuel petcock for it. That one came with the petcock that's on the back of the tank. There's a petcock on the back of the tank hidden under the seat, and that one is just so you can turn off the gas flow when you disconnect it from the frame. And then the other petcock mounts to the frame, and that's the one that's after the fuel pump. Yes, there's a fuel pump, so I had to source out a fuel pump, the fuel pump relay, and then hook up all that stuff. And once I got all that together, then I started going to work on everything. I had to do a little body work on the tank, fill it with a little bit of body filler, sand it smooth. And then the seat cowl, of course, had to rework that. So I started out just by chopping it off with a Sawzall where it would fit, and then I added cardboard to the sides with some masking tape just to mock up what I was going to do. Masking tape, and literally stapled it to the side. And once I got that shape down, then I started laying up fiberglass, polyester resin, and some fiberglass mat to give it a good density for starters. Laid a few layers of that down and kept shaping it and working it right on the gas tank. I taped the gas tank off with some masking tape. And once I got that done, then I popped it off from the gas tank and started shaping it further, doing a little more fiberglass work. Then I went ahead and added some polyurethane foam, pretty common packing material. And the polyurethane foam is kind of soft, and it's compatible with polyester resin. Polyester resin doesn't dissolve it the way it does EPS foam. So I shaped the rear of the cowl to something more square, chopped it off in the back instead of the pointy thing, kept a little bit of the lines that were originally there, and then continued to fill that with more body filler and sand and more body filler and sanding, and then it had to get primered. And in fact, just yesterday morning I started out with the tank still in bare metal and finishing up the body filler work, and the rear cowl still had to be sanded down. I had a full coat of glazing putty on it, and I put about 13 or 14 hours into the bike yesterday and took it to the point where you saw it in the beginning of the video, fully painted. So that's pretty much the story. I just used rattle can paint from the auto parts store. Probably spent a grand total of 35 bucks, 40 bucks maybe on paint, primer. The red stripes and the red graphics are done with vinyl. I had my local sign place do those for me. Sandhill Signs, shout out to them. Thank you. I just bought 4 linear feet of red vinyl to do the stripes with. And laid those on. And then clear coated the whole thing and mounted it all up, and so there it is. So we're getting pretty close to Raleigh now, so next stop will be Eurobike Raleigh.
Hey, we're here at Eurobike. Got my bike in the lineup in the Cafe Racer section. Looking good. Some pretty good competition going on here. Let's take a walk down the line in the Cafe bikes. I've seen that bike down around Pinehurst where I live. Cool track bike. This thing's just nuts. Check out that exhaust. The British contingent. Triumphs, triumphs, and more triumphs. Like that one a lot. That's pretty sweet. That's just way cool. Let's check out the German lineup. Flying brick. I want that one. KTMs are pretty sweet. I love their adventure bikes. They look pretty damn rugged. And that one looks like a lot of fun. A couple of sidecar beamers here. Actually, that one's a Ural. That one's a BMW. Ah, the Italian bikes. Valentino Rossi would love these. I gotta say, out of all the European ones, the Italian ones are probably my favorite. Nice La Verda. And of course, there's a ton of Ducatis. Ducatis are to Italian bikes what Triumphs are to the Brits. A couple of Modas, Aprilia, and then all of these bikes right here belong to that gentleman in the bowler hat. Pretty neat bikes. Benelli, I think that's a Ducati, not sure. That's an Augusta, Ducati, another Ducati, and another Ducati. This is cool. Ducati's version of the Scrambler bike. I like it. And a Monster. Aprilia. And out of all the Ducatis out there, the one I want the most is right there. The 916. Love that bike. The Moto Guzzi. My brother used to have one of these. He toured on quite a bit back in the 70s. Aprilia, another Moto Guzzi, and 959 Panigale. The Euro-inspired category with a couple of Harleys, which puzzles me, but anyway, they're here. Suzuki, a Honda 450. Kawasaki, nice one. Couple more in the Euro-inspired. Love this one.
I'm serious. I'm serious. All right. Any kind of stuff in action. Yeah.
That about covers all the categories. Pretty good time here, good turnout. The judging begins around 12:30, something like that. Pretty much. Hello, all the participants. The people that are in the show, you get a cup. It's got 5 little glass beads in it. And then what you do is you pick the best of, in those 5 categories, there's a cup by the bike, and you put your glass bead in the cup. At the end of the day, they count up the glass beads in each category, and then you're the winner. So we'll see how we do here with the old VF700SR. So before the judging and awards, let's take a little walk around of the VF700SR.
Sorry. Nero. Alderson Nero. R800. Black BMW at the end. Everybody was gathered around your one day.
Wah, wah. No winner chicken dinner, but you know what? I got a cool bike. So that's okay. And I got you guys out there. And well, Eurobike's about over. They're gonna do the raffle drawing soon, but another fun year. And I gotta get out and ride this thing now. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the donations. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And until next time.